Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's video is way overdue, but I was waiting for some pictures to come in the mail so you guys could see the before and after, and I finally got them. And they're right here. As you guys saw by the title, this video is just going to be all about my braces and my braces experience and why I got adult braces. Okay, so I'll just start off with some very basic questions that a lot of you guys had, and most of them were why I got braces, what type of braces I got, how much they cost. I had a bunch of little gaps on my bottom teeth. It's more something that I noticed. A lot of other people didn't really notice, but you can definitely tell the difference now if you look at them side by side. Other than that, I didn't have to get like any teeth extracted. I didn't have to turn any teeth. It was purely gaps. The ones that I looked at were Invisalign. I also looked at the Damon braces, which are the really, really small metal ones, but they're like the tiniest ones. And then of course, just the regular metal braces. Then the ones that I ended up going with were these ceramic braces, which are all white and they're made out of ceramic. And they all have their pros and cons, and the biggest con with the ceramic braces is that they were prone to breakage, which I didn't experience at all the entire time that I was wearing them. I did have my braces on for a total of 1 year, which is exactly what my ortho had quoted me, and I was on the speed plan. So you can actually request the speed plan. They don't recommend it for children because it is a little bit more painful since the amount of time in between appointments is a lot shorter. So for regular braces, you're due for a tightening every 2 months. And if you're on the fast plan, you're due for a tightening every 6 weeks. So it does cut down the time substantially, and that's how I was able to get them off so quickly. The very first tightening and the last 2 tightenings that I got from the entire treatment were the most painful ones. The first one, of course, because your mouth isn't used to it and you're going to be really sore, and it's just pulling all of those teeth back or forward, whichever direction they're pulling them in. And then the last 2 were really painful because I had a gap on my bottom teeth that did not want to close up. Like, it was being so stubborn. So the ortho asked me if I wanted to double band it to kind of shorten the period, or if I wanted to just kind of let it close up naturally. And I said, how bad is it going to be if you double band it? And he told me it was going to be pretty painful, but nothing that I couldn't tolerate, to just take Advil. So I did that. But once it was on, it was just regular soreness like it is from every other tightening. But of course, that's not something that you have to experience. So if you are considering getting braces, don't let this part freak you out. That was just a personal choice that I made to like suck up the pain. I will say that I have a really low pain threshold, so I'm a big baby, in other words. So if you're somebody that can tolerate pain, then a lot of the stuff that I'm saying is painful probably won't even be painful for you. After every tightening, I was sore for 2 to 3 days afterwards. So definitely make sure to have like soups on hand, because that's the only thing you can eat for like 2 to 3 days. When I went in, they recommended that I remove my wisdom teeth because they would start shifting my teeth after all that work, which I decided against at the beginning. I told them I was going to keep them because they're all out already. But again, that was my personal choice. I didn't have to get them removed. That was just the doctor's recommendation. Now I made the decision that I am going to get my wisdom teeth removed. As far as the cost, mine were around $6,000, which is on the higher end of the braces, because I did get the ceramic braces, which are a little bit pricier. The Damon braces, which are metal but not clear, they're just metal, but they're a lot smaller. Those are also around the same price. But like I said, I decided on the ceramics because I like the way that they look. One tip I can give you guys, if you do go down the ceramic route, they offer these clear bands. That's what you're supposed to wear them with, and they're supposed to be kind of like clear and invisible. The clear ones turn yellow. So I told my ortho about it, and they recommended the silver bands, and I thought it was going to be noticeable, but it blends in with that metal wire, so you really can't tell. And that's what I wore. They don't stain, and it's a lot less noticeable, because when those clear bands start to turn yellow, it makes your entire teeth look yellow, and it just looks really bad. Somebody else asked how long it took us to pay off the braces. A lot of places will offer you a cash discount if you pay all of it up front, so that's what we did. The reason I went with regular braces instead of Invisalign is because Invisalign, you have to remove them every time you eat. And I know myself, and I still have problems with wearing my retainers. So I didn't want to risk procrastinating or not putting them on, and I felt like the process was going to take so much longer if it was left up to me. So that's why I decided to just go the the metal route and just do the monthly appointments and have them adjust it for me, because I just know myself and I knew that I was just not going to follow up with it. There was also another brace called lingual braces, which those go behind your teeth. And I asked my ortho about those and he said, I don't remember why, but I didn't qualify for those. Okay, so a lot of you wanted to know what I used to clean my teeth during the entire time. So for starters, this is the toothbrush that I use. I use it before and after I got my braces. This is the Philips Sonicare, and this ended up being so perfect with my braces because of the skinny tip. If you have Invisalign, it doesn't matter. You can use whatever because you brush your teeth as normal. But if you get the metal braces, something skinny like this is really good, because when you have the brackets, you can't just brush your teeth like straight on. You have to kind of like angle it like that. So can you guys see what I'm doing? Also for floss, I don't have any more. I ran out of them, but they have these little, they're almost like little threads. I think it's by Oral-B, but I will find a link and I'll put them down in the info box. So like each floss is like this long and you just thread it through and then you pull it and you floss your teeth with that. So I really like those. I actually couldn't find those at my local grocery store. I got samples from my ortho and then I had to order them online after that. Another thing that I loved and I used to keep on hand is these Easy Brush by Dentec, and I actually still use these. So these come individually packaged and they have a little plastic lid on them. And that's how thin they are. They don't replace your flossing, but they're good to have in case you don't have floss or you're out in public, or if you're feeling really lazy that night and you don't feel like flossing. You could use them in between the brackets and also in between your teeth. So that's why I love these. A lot of you guys also asked me how my teeth were so white even after having braces. I really don't know what else could have done it, because even my ortho was impressed. It had to have been the toothpaste that I was using. This is the Sensodyne Extra White, and I got on this toothpaste a little bit before I got my braces put on because my teeth were sensitive. My bottom teeth have always been sensitive, and the dentist recommended that I try this, so I did. I had tried other toothpaste for sensitive teeth before, and they always tasted so bad, but this one doesn't, and it's got a slight minty flavor to it. I would say if you're gonna get braces, definitely switch over to something like this, even if you don't typically have sensitive teeth, because they will be a little more sensitive after tightenings and things like that. And I don't know if it varies between orthodontists, but I had the option of getting 2 retainers, and I could either have 2 clear retainers or 2 wire or 1-in-1, and I decided to go with 1-in-1. The clear ones basically look like Invisalign. So this is, they're wet because I could just clean them. These are the ones that I wear during the day, and I'm supposed to wear these every single day for 3 months, which I'm not wearing them right now, which is terrible. And then I also got the wire ones, which I wear at night. I don't like the metal ones at all. I'm going to see if I can just get these replaced with the clear ones, because when I wear these, I feel like my teeth shift, because then I'll put these back on and it hurts to put them on. Like it feels like I'm getting a tightening done, and that's because my teeth are shifting. So these don't really hold my teeth. I'll put it on so you guys can see what it looks like, but you can see what it looks like. And I'll put the clear ones on so you guys can see what these look like. So this is with the clear ones, and I still talk a little bit funny, but I can definitely get away with wearing these during the day. Just gonna take the top ones off for the rest of the video, because then I'm gonna be slurring all over the place. So I think I pretty much answered all your questions, and I know a lot of you had questions because you're an adult and you're considering getting them, and I had so many messages from you guys saying I'm in my mid-20s, I'm in my early 30s, and I want to get them. One of the first times that I went out with my braces, my metal ones, we went out with one of my husband's client, and she must have been in her like mid-50s, and she told me that she had just gotten her braces taken off, and it was the best decision ever. I truly see nothing wrong with having braces even as an adult. You know, I know a lot of adults will get braces because they couldn't afford them when they were younger, because it's a lot, it's not cheap, but it's a lot more affordable now than it was years ago. So if you are somebody that's hesitating because you feel like you're too old to have them, like, don't even let that bother you. It's so worth it. Just do it. If it's something that's going to make you happy and you have the money and, you know, you're a good candidate for any of these braces, I would say just go for it. I was 28 when I got them. I'm 29 now. So yeah, I got them in my late 20s and I don't regret it. I'm very, very happy. I love my smile. I definitely wouldn't change anything about him. Oh, another thing that I wanted to let you guys know, which I talked about on my Snapchat, when you go in the last few days, like when they're getting ready to take your braces off, the ortho is going to shape your teeth. And normally, from what I heard, they're supposed to tell you up front that they're gonna file your teeth and shape them to make them even. My ortho didn't tell me, and he just did it. And I got home that day and I was like, my teeth look different. And it turns out that they reshaped them. So just know that if you are somebody that goes in to get braces, but you love your teeth shape, make sure you talk to your ortho about that so the same thing doesn't happen to you. But other than that, my entire experience was great. The only down part was, of course, being sore after the tightening. So I hope I answered all your questions. If I didn't, and if I forgot something, you can leave them down in the comments and I'll definitely get to them. But that's it. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Mwah. Bye.